Every year on August 19th, the world passes to reflect, remember and honor the extraordinary courage of humanitarian workers, men and women who risk their lives to bring help and hope to people in crisis. This date was chosen in memory of the 22 aid workers killed in the tragic 2003 bombing of the UN headquarters at the Kana Hotel in Baghdad, Iraq. But World Humanitarian Day is not just about remembrance, it's also a call to action, a reminder of the millions caught in the crossfire of war, battered by natural disasters, or trapped in cycles of hunger and displacement.
We are láti ran àwọn ọmọ tí mo lè tí àwọn òbí wọn ò lágbára láti lọ sílé ìwé.
The World Humanitarian Day usually comes up on the 19th of August every day, and it is a day set apart to celebrate people that faced for human, especially the crises and
In 2024, the message is stark. Our humanitarian system is under immense strain. It is stretched to its limit, underfunded, overwhelmed, and increasingly under attack. Where bombs fall, where floods sweep through homes, and where hunger gnaws at entire communities, humanitarian workers are often the last line of defense, the hand that delivers food, water, and medicine, and the voices that offer reassurance in the darkest of moments. Yet, in alarming numbers, they are becoming targets themselves. This year alone, more than 380 humanitarian workers have been killed, some in the line of duties, others even in their homes. 100 more have been injured, kidnapped, or unlawfully detained. And there is a growing fear that 2025 could bring an even higher toll. These attacks are not just tragedies, they are violations of international law. Yet, far too often, the perpetrators walk free and the world looks away. Today, as we speak, Gaza remains engulfed in a severe humanitarian collapse and ongoing conflict. The silence is deafening. The lack of accountability is unacceptable. We are no longer at a crossroads, we are standing at the edge. Humanitarian needs are rising. We are no longer at a crossroads, we are standing at the edge. Humanitarian needs are rising. Funding is falling. An attack on aids of workers are breaking records. If this trend continues, it is not just the humanitarian workers who will suffer, it is the vulnerable populations they serve, the communities that depend on them, and ultimately, our shared humanity. The World Humanitarian Day, the choice is clear. Either we stand with those who stand for others, or we watch the system collapse. I'm Sadiq Nafisa. Morning Safari continues in the studio.
You're welcome back from that report on World Humanitarian Day, and I have with me to discuss the topic for the day, the World Humanitarian Day, the challenges and the hope for Nigeria, Africa, and beyond. I have with me Fumi Omishope, also known as Ma Fumi. She is the Executive Director, Home and Street Kids Welfare Initiative. It's nice to have you join us on the program this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. What does World Humanitarian Day mean to you as a practitioner?
Okay, so today being the World Humanitarian Day,
it's August 19th.
August 19th is a day for me to remember what brought about what I'm doing, the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, and also to remember the resilience of the children that I serve, the streets connected children, and also to remember those other people doing amazing things in our society, and to make me know that there's hope and there's more to be done. So we are not resting now.
Okay. So why are attacks on humanitarian workers keep increasing by the day?
Yeah, I would say, first of all, because of the insecurity in the country and because of the economic condition. You know, sometimes you go to some communities and because of frustration, they see you as the government, they see you as politicians, and because they've had so many promises that went unfulfilled. So when you come with your own promises, they feel they've come again.
So it's like a transfer of aggression.
Something like that, exactly.
All right, so what are you doing to bring that to the barest minimum?
So the main, what we do is,
from your end.
Yes, we build trust with them.
Okay.
I remember 2018 when we adopted the community called Korafoju at Gambari here in Ilorin. It's a colony of blind beggars. And we met with the king, Seriki, and we explained to him, we want to send your children to school and all of that. And he told us, so many people have come bringing so many promises, but he saw our consistency. We kept on going and we kept on doing what we needed to do. And after a year, he called me and he said, I never knew you were real, but now I can see that you are different from those that have promised us. Okay. So when they show us hostility and we to back off, they'll be like, we've said it. But when we genuinely, because we really want to help them, and we keep showing up, and we don't take offense on whatsoever they attack us on, I believe they will soften further, and the trust will be built.
Okay, so it's safe to say, as a practitioner, resilience is one of the qualities.
Sincerely.
All right. And how do funding shortages affect aid delivery?
Yeah, in every way, because we need funds to do this thing. Fund is like the glove in our hands. You understand? Like, we have a shelter for street-connected children here in Ilorin. We have only 20 children in the shelter. Meanwhile, the shelter can conveniently take 40 children. Okay. People still want to bring children to us, but we're going to feed them. They will wear clothes. They'll go to school. So then there must be beddings and all of that. So there's space in the room, but we need to consider our capacity before we bring them in. So shortage of funding, reduce the number of kids we rescued on the street, reduce the number of family we empower to come out of poverty. So it's a real blow.
Okay, talking about rescuing children on the street and any other place you can get them, what are the things you need to put in place? Would you need to contact maybe their parents, guardians, or somebody?
So what we do is, when we see a child on the street, we do home tracing. We follow the child home. There's always an adult attached to the child, either the parent, the grandparent, or a guardian. A child don't live alone. There's always an adult that has an authority over the child, because we make sure they sign consent form before we take the child in.
Okay, in the context of Nigeria and Africa, what are the biggest humanitarian challenges right now?
First of all, I would say
limiting it to financing.
Yeah, I would say security.
Okay.
Because now so many people want to go into farming, and we know the effects that we have on our economy when there's surplus of food. But then when you go to your farm and you are scared of being kidnapped and all of that, that is huge. And that boils down to food scarcity because of insecurity. And then we talk of health, we talk of the number of out-of-school children. I remember in 2014, it used to be 10.5. Now it's over 20 million out-of-school children. This is time bomb, because they are recruiting children now, to start doing havoc to the nation. And that is it. So when the problem of insecurity is solved, the problem of food, lack of food will be solved. Then we talk of out-of-school children, then we talk of the health, then the funding gap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the challenges.
The major challenges.
Okay, so what do you think government can do? What policies can be put in place to aid humanitarian service delivery?
Yes, I think when it comes to the security issue, there should be like capital punishment. Like, let's deal with this thing. I want to believe there's no problem without solution. Okay. So if there can be a round table and there's a total solution to this thing, like we know where these people are. I was told that communities around Patigi, talking of Kwara State, that people are running away from their communities. Yeah. These are established people. You can imagine running away, and they will have to go and start all over again. If there can be a way that the government can, make this thing more effective, the militaries, let them go in there and let the things be done. Like, when there's going to be a capital punishment, I believe
people with disease from the criminal activities. Okay. You have these children harbored in your care, in your shelter, and then aside giving them food, as part of your own humanitarian service, and then if there is need for them to go to school, and then there's no funding, what do? Is there a way out? Is there an alternative, like a form of homeschooling?
Okay, so we started with a school. We have a free school, the Oasis Academy. So it was when the kids were coming to school, and we saw that their community was having greater impact on them. like during long vacation, they wear our school uniform on the streets. You know, the only shoe they have is the school sandal. And when they return back to school by September, it's factory setting. They don't know how to write the alphabet again. So that is why we decided to bring in the shelter to, you know, to give them holistic care. So when there is lack of funding, it reduces the number of children we can cater for. Because we call it a free school, but then we need to pay teachers' salary. So you can see how the whole thing is interwoven.
All right, so as a practitioner, can you share with us one powerful experience from your work in the field?
Okay, so I would like to call it the Dan Asabe story. He's one of our boys. So I met him in 2018 at Korafoju. Born on the Korafoju is at Gambari. It's a colony of blind beggars. Yeah, you know. So I was on an interview and they told me about the colony. I never knew there's anywhere like that in Ilorin. So I went looking for the place and I saw it. Like 75% of them are blind. And you see all this Babiala we see on the street, majority of them are from that community. So you see the children being the one leading the parents, and some parents are able, you know, they have eyes, have legs, but they still beg on the street with their children. So this particular boy was born on the street, the mom begs, his siblings beg alongside himself. And he came around, so we started a reception school at the community, and it was always showing
the Korafoju community.
And after a year, we decided to put them up in a regular school. But this boy spent only 1 week at the school, and he started resuming with us in our office at Taiwo. We'll meet him at the entrance of our office by 8 o'clock, and 4 o'clock when we are going home, we put him on a bike to go back home.
But why?
He could not stay because when it comes to street children, one thing they know is freedom. So when they resume school, when they come to school by say 9 o'clock and you're beating them for coming late, they don't show up again. And this boy keep coming around, and we're like, okay, let's start our own school. So we make our center a full-fledged school. But then the community, the street was still calling him. And it was one of the reasons why we decided to start our shelter. And I'm telling you, he has gotten double promotion twice. He's in his final year in primary school now.
Wow.
And by God's grace, next year, he's going to secondary school. And he told me, he said he wants to be an humanitarian himself. Wow. He's supposed to be here today, but you know, we go around together rescuing other children. He's now an advocate. He's even an ambassador of a UK-based NGO. And this was a child that was begging at Tanketipa Garage at the time. So that is it.
That's a good one, a powerful one at that. So what single change will most improve humanitarian work today? What change?
Yeah, I would have said funding, but more than just outside funding, I would say internal funding. I believe there's no community that is 100% poor. Especially here in Africa and Nigeria, to narrow it down to home. We are so blessed. Now, the seed to get more orange, the seed to, you know, that is inside the one orange.
Orange, yes.
You understand? So there was a time during COVID that we gathered 10 women at Korafoju and we empowered them. We gave them microloan to start a business.
What kind of business can a blind do?
All of them are not blind. Meanwhile, there was a man among them that made some beads, flower vase, and all of that. And when he goes out to buy the beads, they already show him this is green, this is blue. So you see him with his eyes blind and he's combining. He's doing amazing thing that some of us that we have eyes cannot even do. I even have one of them at Korafoju. His name is Isa. Isa will tell you that he can't imagine himself stretching his hand to another human being to beg for funds. So he fetches water for people, even people that have eyes. And you see the way.
So how does it do that?
They are used to the community. Because blind people, you know, God has a way of doing it. He compensates them with another sense organ. So they can feel their environment. You know, some of us, until rain starts falling, before we know rain is falling. But for them, they smell rain. So they have some capacity that we do not have. So I believe that, like, let me take, for example, my own area, which is street children. Before we can say we want to put a lasting solution to children begging on the street, we need to look at where the problem is coming from. And the problem is coming from mothers not being able to take care of their children. Because that's why we call it motherless home. not
Okay.
fatherless home.
Not being able to take care of their children, is it likened to poverty or disability?
I would say poverty.
Okay.
Sometimes poverty of the pocket and sometimes poverty of the mind, because some of them are professional beggars. So for those ones, let's push them aside. Like take them to Aso Rock, they will still beg. It's in the blood. You understand? I know of a woman that brings children from the north to Ilorin here to rent them house for beggars.
So that's like a form of business for
That's the
her.
thing.
Okay, we want to go on a very short break and continue with this discussion thereafter. Please stay with us.
Baby, me please smile. I want to be the one way you die for. I want to be the one that makes you do the things you thought you'd never do. Let me be the one for you. I want to be your weakness, baby. Will you fight for me? Even if now Kokano, take a ride with me. Will you post anybody to my Ferrato? Oh baby, promise me the world, because nothing is too much. You know that I want to be the one way you die for. I want to be the one that makes you do the things you thought you never do. Let me be the one for you. I want to be your weakness, baby. Do the things you think, say you no go do. Let me be the one for smile. I want to be the one way you die for. I want to be the one that makes you do the things you thought you'd never do. Let me be the one for you. I want to be your weakness, baby. Will you fight for me? Even if now Kokano, take a ride.
It's nice to know you're still there. I still have my guests with me in the studio discussing the World Humanitarian Day, which comes up annually on August 19 to commemorate the efforts, the resilience of humanitarian workers. And then we're going to be talking about the theme for this year's celebration. What is the theme and the message?
Okay, so the theme for this year Humanitarian Day is strengthening global solidarity and empowering local communities.
Okay.
And I think that is amazing because, first of all, you know, the partnership is necessary. We can't do it alone. But then, for sustainability reason, we need to empower local communities. And just like what I was saying earlier, we can't keep giving. We need to let them know that there's resources in their hand, because everybody has something to contribute. So we can help them out and make them understand that they are more than their situation, then to start bringing out the solution, the potentials that is inside of them, you know. So like I was saying, during COVID, you know, we were like, okay, we called 10 of them together and we gave them micro loan, no collateral, no interest. And someone told us that if they manage to pay back, because the plan was for them to pay back within the span of 10 weeks, that if they manage to pay back for the first 3 weeks, we should count it a success. But could you believe they all pay back? All of them, all paid back. Wow, we rolled it 3 times. Like we were able to, it was our pilot project to show to us that these people really need help. Some, like I mentioned, are professional beggars. So those ones, nothing you can do, we show. But the ones that it is real poverty that sent them. Like in Kwara State now, is a community, is a state that is hospitable. And that is why we have so many northern people around here. So you see a child that, you know, a family that are victim of the insurgents in the north, coming to Kwara State. So you see them on the street. So those ones, they are legit beggars. And when you give them an helping hand, they leave the street for good. Because the street is not smiling. Gone are the days when they see 1,000 naira on the, people beg, give them 1,000 naira, 500 naira. Now in the evening when they retire home, they start counting 5 naira, 10 naira, because when you're going out, you calculate the money on you. Okay.
A beggar.
1,000 naira. For crying out loud.
Feel like I cannot, but do I have it? Is it readily available?
You have your list. Your list on you when you're going out.
Even when you get to the market, you find out that you still have to shove something.
That's the thing.
Out of your list.
That's the thing.
All right. Thank you for coming on the program. Your last
welcome.
message. Your message for the people on the program today.
So what I'm going to say to the people, to Nigerians and to Africans, is that we need to know that it's important for us to put humanity first. We need to know that, putting humanity first is beyond starting an NGO or starting from, a major thing. Crossing a child on the street is part of it. Asking for the name of a street child. Oh, what is your name? Aisha, how are you?
You're beautiful.
It's part of it. You understand? Helping an old woman cross the road. Just a show of kindness. That is where it starts from. Okay. A smile, you understand? It changes. It's lighting up people's days. And that is it. I believe that is easy and cheap for us to do.
So easy and cheap. We have all learned.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on the program. Just the way your smile lit up the studio, lit up the whole discussion segment.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you around.
Thank you so much.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Hopefully, the world will be better for it someday.
Amen. Amen.
All right, viewers at home, in case you're just joining us, it's still Morning Safari, and we just rounded up the discussion segment on World Humanitarian Day that comes up August 19th. So we're discussing ahead. It's going to be on Tuesday, August 19th, hopefully. It's not time